Hello, this is Onyx Oracles, and today I'm going to be doing the week ahead predictions for Scorpio. So let's go ahead and do today, April the 20th through April the 25th. What is a message from Scorpio's spirit guides for this week? All right, so Scorpio, you all have the Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords, the Hermit, and bottom of the deck is the Empress. Interesting. All right. So let's see what we have here. So message from your spirit guides for this week. So the Nine of Swords, there may be kind of like something that you may feel is on your back. Something you may kind of have nightmares over, something that you feel like you need to act on, but you don't know what your next steps are. There may be something that's trying to plague you, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going to happen in the situation. I don't know if this is going to be okay or if that's going to be okay. Like there's something that may be extremely bothering you as far as a thought process this week. The Knight of Swords is here. So I feel like you're supposed to kind of take that and be very mentally agile this week. So like read a book, you know what I'm saying? Like there's something, if you feel you're not really meant to be in this Nine of Swords energy. You're really meant to be and this Knight of Swords energy and this Empress, any gender energy. So like a lot of you all will find that people reach out to you when your brain starts to kind of overthink or you start to process in a negative way that's not helpful for you. Your spirit guides, you're like, oh, someone calls you or your sibling calls you or your friend calls you or someone calls you when you get a little stuck and overthinking or thoughts or, oh, what if this happens? Or maybe this might happen, that kind of thing. The Knight of Swords is here. So your spirit guides are, like I said, they're going to keep you very, very, very busy this week. So if you feel like you're doing this and you're doing that and you're talking to this person and that person and you're doing this, it's for a reason. And the Hermit is here. So I do feel that a lot of you all will get to a place where you get to calm, like relax. So what are you concerned about, right? Nine of Swords. Four of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So you all may be concerned about your stability or something with a home, a relationship, the longevity of a relationship. Something that could impact your home or your stability, family matters. Also something that you've invested in for a long time. Like you're more so like, I invested in this. I spent a lot of time, energy, and effort in this. I want this to be successful. So there may be something that you want to succeed in, you don't want to fail in at all. And that may be kind of making you guys nervous, either waiting for some type of outcome to see how things are going to turn out, or what else? Let's clarify that. Knight of Wands energy. The Four of Swords, yeah, you're waiting. I feel like a lot of you may be in a space where you're waiting for the outcome. You're waiting for the, okay, this is what's going to happen, or you're waiting for a deadline. You're waiting for something. And until then, again, your thoughts may kind of be picking up. Four of Cups is here. I feel like a lot of you are kind of over the situation. You're in a space where you're like, I'm not really super emotionally invested in the situation, but the outcome or whatever it is may impact you some way, shape, or form. Okay, more on that. The Temperance, yeah. Some type of outcome could definitely easily impact your day-to-day, what you're doing, what that looks like. So again, the Knight of Swords is here. I do feel, again, that a lot of you all with the Three of Wands, you're really meant to be in a space where you're like, okay, I'm putting this behind me. But again, you may be in the ending process of this. You all are showing up as a Queen or King of Swords. So you're showing up as someone who is speaking the truth in the situation or advocating for yourself. You're showing up as the warrior, the person that's been through a lot in this situation. And you're also showing up as the strongest. So you're going to be able to walk away from the situation. But the most important thing tied to this is that the Two of Wands, planning, like what's going to happen between then. There could be something that's, something that takes a certain amount of planning, or something that's delayed, or something that's, yeah, there's something that could be planned out for the next 2 months, or two weeks, 2 months. The second of any month could be important. What does that look like? The High Priestess Hierophant, yeah, everything that's happening right now is going to be happening in divine timing. But yeah, I do feel that there could be some type, this gets resolved or hashed out or communicated or figured out for you guys, either within the next 2 months or in May. So that's like next month. So this is just basically saying your spirit guides want you to focus on like the now and like what's happening right now, if that makes sense. You have the Two of Cups and the Devil. There's someone or something that you're collaborating with. Yeah, there's some type of back and forth, some type of argument, something that you want, something someone else wants, an outcome that you want, someone wants the opposite. But I feel like all of this is closing. This whole cycle is closing. So it will close, and that's a message from your spirit guides, but you guys are not really meant to know exactly how it closes, exactly what that looks like. So it's kind of saying like mind over matter, almost like walking by like blind faith this week. I do feel that you all will be in a space with the Hermit where you will get to see the outcome, essentially tied to this person, tied to this King of Wands energy. Any gender, but they're definitely the person that is attached to whatever you may be worried about. We do have the Lovers here, which is very interesting as well. So the Nine of Cups and the Stars here. So I feel like your wish is my command. That's what I'm hearing. Like with the genie, this Nine of Cups card, you're not really meant to know the outcome. And that's basically a message from your spirit guides. The more that you say, okay, I want to know what's going to happen on this day and this month and how this is going to turn out and that's going to turn, you're meant to kind of like go with the energy. You know, that energy of like that, is it omnious? Omnious energy, where you're like, I don't know what's going on. I have, I want to have this outcome, but I'm not sure. Or I have to wait until this date, until I talk to this person, or until this person's available, or until this decision is made, or whatever. You all may be in that weird, like anxious, nervous energy, but it does say that like you can basically fall into this Nine of Swords until an outcome is shown to you all, or again, you can work with the energy with the Two of Pentacles by going into whatever you're working on, whatever thing that's exciting for you. The Nine of Swords knows exactly what direction they're going into. They're taking their horse. They're like, okay, this direction, this is where we're going to go. This is what we're going to work on. This is what we're going to invest in. Okay. So bottom of the deck is the Empress. So I do feel that you have a decision on if you want to handle the situation by waiting until the outcome that you can't control anyway, and then living life and then pushing forward, or if you want to go ahead and be in this Empress, any gender energy, and continue to live your life. And like the Fool, like I said to you guys, I have this going on. I'm waiting for this, date for this, or I'm not sure how this is exactly going to turn out. However, I know it can't be too bad, because I have this going on. I have this plan, so there's something about moving with the energy and working with the energy that's going to be very important here. And that is the message from your spirit guides. Let's get some closing advice for Scorpios for this week. Page of Cups. Go through life like you were a kid again, right? in a sense, right? The Page of Cups is kid energy, is like, oh, I read a new book, or I'm reading a new book, or I'm excited about a new topic. And when like no one cares, no one cares really that you're into, this topic or that topic, or you're going to this event because you're into that, or you're into this hobby, so you're meeting up with these people. Like, no one cares, right? But you care because you're the Page of Cups. You're like, look, I found this fish and I have my fish hat on and I'm going to my fish convention. I care. So it's kind of like taking that energy as far as your life goes, and really taking the nervous energy and transmuting it into productivity, and transmuting it into optimism and new opportunities and a new way of seeing life. Could be very helpful, because what is the alternative, right? Waiting for whatever outcome that you may or may not have. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it's saying. It's easier said than done, of course, right? But that is a message from your spirit guides, so that you all don't get stuck in this Nine of Swords energy this week, okay? So I do hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching.